most memorable from a team point of view was the Thai Test match. That was when the West Indies came out to Australia, and I was captain of the Australian team. Frank Worrell was captain of West Indies. We had the most fabulous match in Brisbane, and it finished, we had 3 run-outs in the last 2 overs, and we should have won the game easily. And Sir Donald Bradman had given us a speech the night before the game. He said, "Could I come along to your team meeting? I've got something I want to say on behalf of the selectors." I said, "Yeah, I'll go and ask the boys if that's all right." That was the way life was in those days. We just didn't go into the selectors box, and they didn't come in to talk to us. We were a bit aloof, I guess. Anyway, he came in and he just had a very short message. He said, "The selectors are going to look in kindly fashion on the players who play the game properly this year and who bring spectators through the gate and give those paying spectators value for money." Well, there we are. We came out with the Thai Test match, so that was memorable. And the other one was Manchester 1961, when we were gone and forgotten, and England were beating us. Dexter was batting brilliantly, and we bowled them out. So that allowed us to retain the Ashes, and it was a terrific moment. And Neil Harvey and I, who in 1956, when Laker bowled us out, we'd sat not having a drink on the balcony afterwards and just said, "Okay, let's make sure this goes right in 61. In 61, after we'd won, we sat and drank champagne. Well, I try hard and I work hard, and I'm always conscious of the fact that people are listening and they would like something added to what they can see what's happening. Sometimes I have people say, "I feel like putting my foot through the television set when people are describing to me what is actually happening and I can see it." Well, I try to add something onto that, but I think talking as little as possible is another thing that's worthwhile. That's very nice to be in the ICC Hall of Fame, and along with many others, I've appreciated that very much. Before that, I was inducted into the Australian Hall of Fame, which is a very tight Hall of Fame. There are only 24 people in it. Oh, I like the fact that ICC, they do a good job. There's always a better job can be done, and everyone comes under some criticism, but ICC do a good job. Their job is to run world cricket, and to run it to the benefit of the players, and in particular to the people watching. But when I started playing in 1948 for New South Wales, it was 10 years before I played in a winning Australian side against England. But we'd only played the series in 1953, 54, 5 and 56, so there we are, 8 years gone, and I've only played in 3 series against England. Nowadays you'd have played 25. I think the players, they know that their financial welfare is tied up with the ratings. There are various things going on in Australia at the moment. Cricket Australia always meet with the Players Association. I'm a member of the Players Association, so I follow those things very carefully, and their contracts are based on performance and also on certain other aspects. So it's not just a question of writing out a contract and giving them a whack of money. They have to perform, and the better they perform, the better the general public will be pleased. Very difficult to pick the teams, any one of the top teams, and you can get a surprise result as well, because on the day, or on 2 days in that competition, someone will fall over right against the run of play. And one of the things is they're talking about different forms of cricket. Will be the ICC make-up over the years. Don't ever give away the 50 over a side match, because that is the most watched form of cricket anywhere in the world. I love T20, and there are a lot of people, when I say that, they take a step backwards and say, "You've got to be out of your mind. You know, I've been watching Test cricket for 40 years, how can you possibly love this?" I had a guy in Adelaide at a Test match when England were out there last time, and he got me on the way from one point in the ground. I'd been out doing an interview and then back on, and he was a finger pointer in the chest, And he said, you can't possibly like this format of the game. I said, well, he said, give me one good reason why this is a proper game of cricket and why it should be encouraged. I said, well, if you look around here now, the Adelaide Oval is 3 parts full and it's an hour and a half before the game. Strauss is leading the side and you're going to have a crowd of over 31,000 people here to see this game between England and Australia. 4 days ago on your ground here in Adelaide, which I love, there were 759 people in to see the last day of the Sheffield Shield match. Oh, well, he said, I knew it'd be no good talking to you. In a sense, it's a bit like T20. Anything that's going to be for the betterment of the game, I love. Now, T20, I've told you about that. The things with the recording and then playing back and the DRS, and also I think they're good, but I've just got a bit of a qualification there. They've got to be better than the umpires. Now, not always is that the case. Sometimes the DRS might miss. Hotspot, I think, is terrific. I think that is a wonderful invention. Sometimes the DRS doesn't work quite as I think it should, because it comes up with a series of decisions that say 97% correct, which is the same as the umpire. So I've just got a bit of a query against that, but hotspot and the general replaying of various things, I think that is terrific. I have a little about 200 word piece that I pass on to leg spinners, and if I might give you a visual, it's the leg spinner when he turns to run in. He should have his front arm midway between the sight screen behind the batsman at the other end, this is the right-hander, and the square leg umpire, so that he's looking on the inside of his arm. The next thing is, think of the face of a clock. And if you've got the face of the clock, 9 o'clock there is round arm. 10 and 11 are brilliant. 12 or past it, not worth a step. Oh!